Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So I am on the Pioneer server and Pandora is in the top Dream team for the Thalassa boss of today. And just to show you Sigmund as well, because this is what we briefly talked about when we did a skill review of Pandora. She is also in the top team from the testing on the Pioneer server for the Sigmund Dream boss as well. So Pandora is actually looking like a relatively meta hero for endless Dream bosses because her own damage is actually pretty decent with her HP loss damage that she has. If you take a look at it here, she's going to be doing almost as much damage as Ludovic, and this is with the insight charms of Ludovic, and you guys know how hard he hits in these Dream endless bosses. Pandora with the ultimate power is going to be her maximum damage potential. And this is going to be the optimal team for Thalassa. And this, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and watch a replay of this team. You guys can see it in action. But basically, keep Pandora on your radar for a hero you might want to recruit in order to maximize your Dream potential as well. So it's really interesting because Pandora has some negative effects, some drawbacks for your team. She will frighten your own team and also apply attack debuff onto her own team. However, overall, her advantages outweigh her disadvantages for a couple of Dream bosses. Definitely Thalassa is a boss very geared towards her because long-range heroes are only able to be used. And we don't know if Thalassa will be coming back in the next season of AFK Journey. But definitely for this season, in this final phase of endless Dream bosses, that is when Pandora is going to be at her maximum potential. And I would probably think that maybe 2 to 3 of the Dream boss teams are going to be using her as a top team option. But definitely for players who want to like min-max for Dream that means that basically she is going to be a must-pull status, kind of like Valara. Yeah. So you're basically seeing it here. Her damage is high, HP loss damage. We can review her skill again of why exactly this is dealing so much damage. And overall, she is just going to be a net positive for the team. This is the top performing team from the testing which has been done on the Pioneer server so far. If we take a look at Sigmund, she was also in the top team for Sigmund. This is going to be the top team formation. And here she also deals a decent amount of damage and actually even out-damaging Ludovic in this specific team, even with Ludovic's insight charms. And this is going to be the team formation, one of the team formations that was used. There were a couple of different teams from the testing done for Sigmund, but this was one of them, and just to show you kind of Pandora's potential. Now Pandora's damage is going to be completely tied to her ultimate, so you want her to cast her ultimate as much as humanly possible because that is going to allow her to keep cycling this HP per second damage, because it will basically trigger for 5 seconds HP loss damage each time she casts her ultimate. And you need Pandora to live, because you might be thinking, well, what happens if you let Harak eat Pandora and then her box just keeps casting the ultimate? The HP loss damage is only when Pandora is alive, so Pandora cannot die. There's not going to be any Pandora Harak synergy in Dream Realm, at least as for it being eaten, because Harak eating Pandora completely puts all of Pandora's damage out of the window. Yeah, because the HP loss damage is going to be lost. But basically, this is just really interesting. Already, I thought, like, Pandora probably is going to be a must-pull, even for free-to-play to light spenders, because of a bit of Dream Realm usage, also looking like a pretty meta, maybe PvP supporter hero, maybe AFK stages as well. So Pandora is kind of like a jack of all trades, not like an incredible at any one game mode, but she is pretty good in multiple game modes. That's how I kind of see her right now. And even though she comes with drawbacks for your team, her advantages do seem to outweigh her disadvantages. So if we look at Pandora, and just to recap, where is the damage coming from? It is from her ultimate ability right here. Increases enemy HP loss to 70% attack multiplier plus 5% per ultimate power. So with her ultimate power charms, this is actually 90% HP loss per 0.5 seconds. So per 1 second, that is 90 times 2, which is 180% attack multiplier. HP loss damage every second for 5 seconds each time she casts her ultimate. That is very strong. Especially if you can cycle ultimates like we saw in that Sigmund team, or just with the twins energy refund. That is enough for Pandora really to get enough ultimates to get off a good amount of damage like she was able to do here. So Pandora, yeah, looking like must full hero pretty much. And we're going to get 2 free copies from just doing the event and all the different rewards we get. Minimum 2 free copies with good luck. Depending on your luck with the summons that we get for free, you could even maybe get 3 copies of her, which means you only need another 5 to 6 copies to completely max out to Supreme Plus, and I would say most people should just get her to Supreme Plus, but I'm still kind of like waiting to see more PvP testing, especially after she comes out on global server, to decide like, is she going to be a hero I want to take to Paragon 4? Do I want to max invest into her, or do I want to invest into Pang as well, because Pang is also looking pretty strong for PvP, so that's kind of the difficulty. And yeah, it's a really difficult point. We're going to have 3 strong heroes entering the game, 1 Celestial Hypogeum, which is Saida, and then Pandora and Pang both looking pretty good for PvP. But overall, Pandora is the more kind of more safe and surefire hero you should be recruiting based on her Dream Realm usage as well. Like and also AFK stage, she's being used quite a lot in AFK stages as well. So overall, very good hero for multiple game modes. But yeah, her Dream Realm performance is all about this HP loss damage. Without this, she would not be at all good for Dream Realm, and that is basically it. Apart from that, she does have Box Blessing, but you've seen in most of these teams, she's not even giving this blessing to like a Shimura or a damage dealer, because you always have your damage dealer linked on the Stellar Bond of the Twins, and so you can never actually give this Box Blessing in like a Dream Realm format to that hero, to the key damage dealer on your team, so you just have to give it to some support basically, and then this attack buff doesn't really matter. And then Tainted Tribute, this one boosts energy of the hero who you box. So if it's the Twins, if it's Rowan, it can allow them to cycle their ultimates a little bit more frequently. Again, we talked about these debuffs. These debuffs are not useful for Dream Realm. Like, none of these basically apply to Dream Realm bosses, other than if you just need to stack debuffs, like in Nocturne Judicator, you need to stack debuffs on the boss in order to get some bonus effect or something. But other than that, like, this is not actually going to increase your damage for most boss content. And then you have the Hero Focus just for her own survival. Eternal Legacy, this one is only after basically she dies, right? Other than the panic projection attack reduction onto enemies, but again, for bosses, I mean, maybe it can help her or help your team survive a bit better, but the thing is, I would never imagine that you would be running Pandora in pre-endless Dream Realm bosses, because that is when HP loss damage is completely ineffective, or almost completely ineffective, and so she's only going to be good for endless Dream Realm bosses, and in endless bosses, you don't need survival. You don't, like, the bosses do not have any threat of killing you. That's just how the endless meta is. And then finally, immune to panic projection, basically not able to be frightened, so that can be good if it's like Twins or Rowan like you saw, then they cannot be frightened by her ultimate. But basically it's all of her ultimate. This is the only reason she's meta for Dream Realm, and it's just damage. She's basically just providing damage. She's not providing any other thing that is that massive, and in fact she provides some disadvantages to your team in the Dream Realm comp, but her damage is high enough to make up for it. That's basically the short of it. And yeah, and that's kind of like similar for AFK stages as well, like just the frightening the enemies, HP loss damage. It can be good for some of the higher AFK stages. But anyway, overall, Pandora, definitely, she is a cool hero. She's kind of going to be a must pull just from the Dream Realm usage, and because we're already getting 2 copies, might as well just finish her up and get her to Supreme Plus. But you guys can let me know your thoughts about Pandora in the comment section down below. Of course, we have to wait for the official release. There could be some modifications before it does come out, but very likely she is going to be around what she is now. Maybe there will be no changes at all. But thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.